Hey everyone, this is One Man Zerg with the UEN.com giving you the SC2GG.com Week 10 finals between Vader 7, I'll just call him Vader, and Keo. So Keo's the pink Protoss in the lower left, and Vader is the purple Terran in the upper right. And so this is Week 10, so I don't know if this is the conclusion. I think it's the conclusion of the weekly tournaments for SC2GG.com. Go to their website to find out the rankings. It's open to anyone, so it's pretty exciting, and they have this really interesting point system, so it keeps it competitive the whole season long. You can't have someone that just runs it up right at the start and then at the end decides to not play anymore because they've secured such a strong advantage. So looks like no cheese is going down by either of these players, and this is actually pre-patch for those who are watching it right now. So this Terran player was able to build the barracks before the supply depot if he so chose to, but he did not, which is nice of him. And this is a quick map. This is Steps of War. I think we all know it. I'll try and go over it in like 5 seconds. You have your mains in the top right and the lower left. You have your expansion, which is relatively close to your main, but guarded by a pretty open area, but it is a ledge. And then you have a rocked off expo over here from your natural, and you have a gold to the side, but you have to go down and around to get to your gold, so both players have that. And then there is this corner secure one by a rock that you can get an overlord to in both corners. And then we see the Terran player is getting a barracks and a refinery. Probably not going to go mass marines then. It's not a typical strategy for a one-on-one. And the Protoss player with a very standard build too, getting his gateway probably around the 14 mark, wasn't exactly paying attention there, and also getting an assimilator. So standard build there, not going to see a zealot gateway rush. Getting a little harassment in on that SCV, but as we can see, no units have been lost in this game yet, so nothing crazy going down. And getting the orbital on 14-15, really more just standard behavior by both of these players. Let's see, what's the Protoss going to get? This is a determining point if he gets a cybernetic score or a gateway. Typically it's cyber core. So nothing exciting going on. Both players, though, having good scouting of what the other is doing. You can see, Vader does see all this. He doesn't see the second gas, but he's about to. And he's not being pressured at all. This zealot is coming out, but you get some little trick for some players. You can actually rally point on a unit, opponent or your own. So you can rally point on this SCV, and the zealot will pop out and just start chasing him, instead of having to rally point here and then move your zealot. So it kind of saves you a movement, if you will. And then we see that Marine's able to scare off that probe right there, keep him out of his base. So now any further tech that the Terran gets will probably go unnoticed by the Protoss player. That is one of those advantages that Terran players do have. And not going with anything crazy or getting the concussive shells. So assuming this Protoss player is going for stalkers, which it looks like he is right now. We'll see though, is he going to go 2-gate robo? Is he going to try and go with a 4-gate, 2-gate expand? There's a whole bunch of options from here. And the Terran player putting the command center over here. We got an early expo coming from the Terran player. A little bit of a risky play, but you get those marauders versus those stalkers. It actually enables you to do some slightly more risky play. I do not know what he is doing right here though. This is very confusing to me. Why wouldn't you just blow up these rocks from down here? And you're definitely too slow to get around in time. Probably just looking for some kind of proxy pylon over here to make sure that the units aren't going to get warped in with the warp gate. Has that Reaper going in right here. And you can see the Protoss player did go with the 2-gate robo build. So he is going with that, and he did get his warp gate research is coming up. I think there it is. It's just about to finish, so he is going to get those warp gates. And you can see the Terran player looks like he's going to try and maybe apply a little pressure, probably just feel it out, get this Reaper up here from some sight if he's really good. There he gets those Marauders in there. Oh, gets a nice little force field, but I don't... Ooh, those Marauders are going down. He's definitely losing more units than he's gaining in this fight. Is he going to be able to take out that next Stalker? No. Yeah, that is just not a good combo for him to face all those units with the Marauders. He needed more units to face that. He was just very overwhelmed, and you can see taking a significant loss there. And this Protoss player wisely moving out. Hey, I just killed 3 units and I only lost 1, so likelihood is I have an advantage. And the Terran player is slightly aggressive with these bunkers, I don't think they're going to be able to save him in time. But he does have 3 barracks, so let's go to this production tab and check it out. He is cranking out Marines right now, which is not exactly what he needs at this point in the game, because Marines are not going to do so well versus this amount of Zealots. Yeah, he really needed to have put a bunker up here. This orbital is not going to be doing anything for him. These bunkers are still too late. He needed to get one in here, and it looks like Keo is just going to run away with his victory. Oh, look at all these SCVs are pulled off the line. Let's just watch this income disappear. He is able to push out a little bit. Yeah, those SCVs are pretty strong. You back him up with some Marines, but getting out of position here again. He's just putting himself in an awful position right there. And these bunkers, maybe gonna get this bunker up right now. Actually, gets in there. Did he get a Reaper? No. Sounded like a Reaper right there briefly. But then Keo able to see exactly what's going on here. Probably just gonna bring in some Immortals and just mass up some more troops and really just gain that advantage. See this army size right now, just significant. You got 4 Marines versus, you know, a whole bunch of stuff. Let's check it out. 4 Stalkers, 3 Zealots, and a Sentry. Oh, taking out the Observer. That's always good. That is pretty precarious for that Terran player, though. Able to spend all his money right now. He's really got to keep his production up. And, yeah, really got to kick in these Marauders, because he's going to need to be able to take out those Immortals and those Stalkers. Oh, he is getting the Colossus, actually. And he's getting the extended thermal lance, which you always got to get with those Colossus. Get that range up to 9 and really dominate. Those bunkers, they can't even reach the Colossus when you get that upgrade. Everyone knows that, but you know, just got to reiterate it because it makes his opponent in even more of a dominant position. And here, going on a 6 racks on 1 base. Protoss just obviously controlling this map right now, controlling this game. Getting his pylon in there. A little late, but he's getting it in there, so that's what's important. And then just looking to push up here, getting this wraparound on the Terran player. This Terran player going to move his troops a little late, a little forward on that move. I would have liked to see some kiting in there. Vader's lack of kiting really hurts him. Just lift this off. Colossus can't attack it. You know, got to really make sure you do that. Get these Marines out of here. He just has a whole bunch of troops not exactly fighting the way they should be fighting right now. And getting that in and out with his troops, that's really just hurting him. You just got to lift this off, man. So easier to say than it is to do, but you know, is something that he could do to improve himself. Get these SCVs working or in the fight. Focus fire on that Colossus. Just too much going on. Vader goes down in game 1. Excellent work by the Protoss player. He had some good micro. He had some good sentry force fields early here. Let's see if we can find that. Just Terran player decides he's going to be a little bit aggressive. Just feel it out. And that was really the beginning of the end. Yeah, right here. So let's watch what happens. He gets his troops here. Gets a shot in on that guy. Decides he's going to come in. And then in coming in, doesn't move these troops until it's too late. You have to move them before you're cornered. And really just took out that 1 Stalker. And then these troops are just going to get taken out without taking out a single another unit. So so from here, the Protoss player was able to push out on him. Built these really aggressive bunkers here. Far too aggressive on a short map like that. And then built these bunkers here. Could have had one up here to really pincer this fight in, and then just didn't get the right troop mix or use them right. The micro here later in the game was a little questionable on what he was doing, pulling out those SCVs and not being aggressive with them, not waiting to get out here. But yeah, you can just see a couple micro errors, and then an early decision to push out when I don't know if you really should have checked it out then. Just led to the demise. So we're going to go on to game 2. This is once again the SC2GG.com weekly tournament. This is week 10 finals between Vader and Kyo. This is One Man Zerg from the UEN.com signing off. Check out game 2 right now.